Welcome to Rom Wills, Money Matters. Money mindsets need to match in relationships. Now, y'all know on this channel is extremely rare I talk about relationships. Extremely rare. I've talked about them. And I've talked about them and even touched on the subject I'm going to talk about in this podcast. But here's the thing. If we're going to talk about money, we got to extend it to relationships. We got to extend it. Now, I'm known for always telling men, hey, don't lead with your wallet. Okay, but here's a reality. Even if you're not leading with your wallet, as you move up in a relationship, y'all talk about getting serious, money comes into the picture. And I ain't talking about for dating either or like having fun, because you're talking about a serious relationship, right? Y'all talking about marriage. All of a sudden, it's not just the fun stuff anymore. It's not the fun stuff. You talking business now. This is business. That's one thing about marriages. Marriages are businesses. You got to understand that. Y'all got to be on the same page as far as how y'all want to spend money. Because outside of sex, biggest reason relationships, marriages and stuff, or even serious relationships where maybe the couple live together, is based on money. Outside of just sexual incompatibility. Indeed, in many cases, there's a strong argument to say it's even more important. Now, personally, I always say sex, and it's in there. It's either money or sex usually. You know, it's usually money or sex. As far as the irreconcilable differences, they don't just want to say, you know what, the sex ain't good. But definitely the money too. You get a lot of couples, they having great sex, but and they love being around each other. But when that power gets turned out, or when you need a car and you can't afford it, all of a sudden it jumps in there. As soon as y'all living together, all of a sudden it becomes a business. It becomes a business. You got to think it's an economy. Now, here's the issue with a lot of couples. They don't have the same money mindset. You got one, they got a poverty consciousness. And I've talked about this before on this site. On this channel. If someone got a poverty consciousness, they think like a poor person. One thing with poverty-minded people, they don't really save money. The reason they poor is they once they get money, it goes right back out. That's why in the poor neighborhoods, in any city, really in the world, you can find a ton of businesses. Seriously, think about something. This is supposedly a poor area, but you find a ton of businesses. A ton of businesses, also like payday loan places and all of that. But you find a ton of businesses. Why? Because they know the poor people are going to spend their money right away. That's why you get those liquor stores, those corner stores, everything. They know poor people are going to spend that money. They know they're going to give it up. That's why you got some of these major corporations. I ain't going to call any names, but they'll have a major store located near a poor area. And, have all this like inexpensive stuff, but they making money off of them. They know they're going to spend it. See, a poverty-minded, they don't think in terms of making money, making more money. They thinking in terms of scarcity. They get it and they spend it. Okay, that's a problem. If they get into if one has a poverty consciousness, they might have a little bit of, a little bit of compatibility if the other one has it too, because then they both spending money. But what happens? Someone lose their job or something major happen. Oh, they're going to get screwed at some point. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, how come this light ain't coming on? Oh, wait a minute. It's cold out here, but the heating bill isn't paid. And it's just cold enough where the electric company isn't being nice. Or just warm enough, they ain't being nice. Whatever the case. Oh, shoot, even if it's cold, you ain't pay that bill. They like, cut it off. Cut off that water bill, something. Then you have a situation where one might have a poverty consciousness, but then one has an abundance consciousness or a mindset. I use the word mindset. So a poverty mindset with an abundance mindset. They're going to have big problems. You got one, they want to spend. The other one trying to save money, planning, looking at investments, say, And, but the spend one's like, you know what? Especially if it's a joint account, they might dip in and say, well, baby, I had to get this. And the other person like, wait, we didn't need that. We trying to save money. We trying to save up for something. Because one thing about poverty consciousness, it's hard for them to think long term. It's really hard. That's part of the problem. So where they going to start arguing? Somebody worked hard. Say you got a man who worked real hard, right? He worked real hard. He putting that money in the savings. He trying to build it up. And then he get home and he's looking at some new couch or something. And, the woman with the poverty consciousness, she's saying, hey, surprise. Hey, don't this look great? Yeah, but we were saving to have a down payment for a house. You remember? Well, we needed a couch in there. It's like, hold up, stop. What they going to argue over? Yeah, they might have total lust for each other, but it's going to be tempered by the issue, because then dude, he come home, he gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute. All of a sudden, she don't look as good to him. Or that could be a reverse. If the woman's got that abundance consciousness, she trying to save money and the dude just partying, all of a sudden, it's gonna be instant dryness for her. Seriously, I want y'all to think about this. Y'all need to think about this. I mean, the best scenario is both have an abundance consciousness. So if you're looking for a mate, I'm gonna tell you what, if y'all looking for a mate, if it's y'all just dating or something, that's one thing. But if y'all talking about getting serious, y'all need to sit down. It's to the point, I think there needs to be counselors, marriage counselors, or even relationship counselors who focus just on money and the money issues. That's how deep it is. They need to sit down and say, okay, we want to take this serious. We need to talk about this money. We need to get this money thing under control. Seriously, that's how deep it is. And that's what I'm telling you. There's a lot of couples. It's either one or the other. It's either one or the other. It's either the sex thing or it's like they ain't thinking the same. They need to be, even if not on the same page, close to it. Like, say it's one of the parties in the relationship is like trying to work to get out of that poverty consciousness, that poverty mindset. Okay, if they hook up with somebody with an abundance mindset and they willing to sit back and learn, okay, that could work. But otherwise, if they both stuck, like an abundance consciousness thing, hey, you want to be stuck there. But if you stuck in a poverty, if you meet with somebody and they stuck in a poverty consciousness, oh no, there's going to be problems. And that's why couples, they need to know, if they're going to be serious, they need to sit down and have that serious financial conversation. And then, like I said, that probably needs to be a business. That needs to be a business. Somebody doing financial counseling, like a combination relationship and finances. Because like I said, I always still say don't lead with your wallet, but the reality is, and this is for both parties, if y'all talking long term, y'all talking living together, possibly marrying, bills are going to come up. I don't care how much y'all love each other, that electric bill still got to be paid, the rent, mortgage, whatever, it still got to be paid, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Insurance might have to still be paid. There's so many other things. So it's like, make sure y'all on the same page, all right? So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.